Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers, welcome back to Ravenport. I decided to bring the baler down here to pick up the straw out of these fields so we can get these fields turned over. Got the New Holland already down here with the seed drill that are refilled. And that does mean that we are done planting in the big field 4 and 5, full of soybeans. But before I can plant in this field, I will have to remove these bales. Boy, this John Deere is struggling going uphill with this baler. I have cleaned up the yard just a little bit before I started recording, just moving some things around, putting some things away. The owner should be here in the afternoon hours, so hopefully he'll be impressed with the way things are being run around here. I'd always come and look at the farm. I don't know if he's going to tell me what he's going to pay us yet today, but he will be here to just have a look around, see what's going on. I mean, he does kind of know what's going on with the farm, obviously. I mean, it's not like he's just, we're not reporting to him what we're doing. Come on, John Deere, you got like 200 more horsepower than required to go up the hill. I mean, it's a tiny little hill. The one thing I do want to try is the barn itself. We need some straw for storage. I don't know if you can just put bales directly into it. I never really used the barn in 17. Okay, I said I never really used it. Let me rephrase that. I never used it. This is the first time I've really used the barn, is here on Ravenport. So I don't know if you can put bales directly into it. So I'm going to find out. A lot of you probably already know. Really, John Deere? You're going to struggle? Looks like our combine harvester missed a few spots, and I almost missed a few because I almost didn't see the straw in the grass over here. So for at least this episode, we're kind of be working down in this general area. We're going to turn these fields over. The grass field, we need to make some hay and feed off the horses, top off the horses, put the rest in storage if we have any to put in storage, which we should, and then fertilize the grass field and fertilize the cotton field, and maybe do some weeding to end the episode, and all the meanwhile selling silage at the BGA. And try to save enough cash in the next few days to buy field 8. And probably that might be the last field we end up buying. I mean, it is $1.25 million for that field. But first things first, I want to clean up these fields, get the straw off it. We got tons of straw to sell, but the price has not gone up yet, obviously. It's only been a little while since the last episode. The only thing done between the episodes is I waited for the New Holland to finish seeding that field. And the one thing I forgot, I'm like, boy, it's taking a while. It is a big field. Then I went over there, then I realized Courseplay had its own settings, and it was only seeding at like 6 or 7 miles an hour. And I kind of like, oh, that's right, Courseplay. When stuff Courseplay, you gotta set the miles per hour in the field to work, and I bumped it up to like 20. Obviously, it can't seed at 20, but it'll try to reach that speed, and then it was like, oh yeah, we can seed at 15 miles an hour now. I'm like, oh, okay, so that's why it's taking forever. But this John Deere is struggling with the baler going up hills for sure. I thought this baler only required 140 horsepower, and this John Deere is like 330 something. And this will be the last of the straw. Now I might use this to do the hay later on. Push those bales out. I guess it all depends on if I can put bales into the barn straight, or do I need to shred them? Does it need to be shredded? So for now, I'm just going to bring the John Deere and the baler right up to this intersection. And I think it's time I go get the man truck. The weeds are slowly invading our fields, as expected. So here's our man truck full of some bales already. Now the question is it going to take them right away or not at all? How about if I unload those? Okay, so apparently not. Well, I guess that answers that question. You cannot take bales directly into the barn. Alright, lesson learned. So we'll turn the autoloader back on. Head on down. We'll pick up the rest of the bales. So I don't think I'm going to be baling. I'm going to need a loading wagon, which is loaded with some silage at the moment. So I'll have to get that taken care of. But for the time being, we'll go down, pick up those bales that we do have. Get those fields cleared out so the New Holland can get back to, or get started on seeding some. And I want to put barley back down in those fields. And I'll probably have to advance some time so I can sell that silage. Or I can just put the silage right back into the silo and steal the loading wagon. But we can do other things. We don't need it right at the moment. Watch out for our John Deere that I parked here. So we'll steal these bales. And those are the bales all stolen. And might as well park it right here. Now if I remember, work mode off. Unload the center. Now I can strap them like that. And you, sir, can get to seeding the field. Let me double check the fields. I do remember they don't need nothing. No, they're all set to go. No lime, no plowing. And we all know this guy is not going to take too long. So now I'm going to hop on over to the John Deere. I want to bring the baler back up to one of the sheds at the BGA. Park this up. I am going to grab the fertilizer spreader and bring that down so we can fertilize the grass field and the cotton field in a bit. So let me get some things squared away. I'll be right back with you, and we'll probably cut some grass and ted it up and row it up and get that ready to pick up some hay so we can feed the horses and put whatever we got left into the barn. Well, we're down at the cotton field and said, well, since I'm in the John Deere and already got everything hooked up, we might as well fertilize the cotton field now. Why wait? So we'll get this done. Now, one thing I noticed, when you use the weeder, you just get rid of the weeds completely. The herbicide will kill the weeds. And they just kind of stay there, which is fine. But we're just kind of hoping that the herbicide will kill the weeds for at least a couple of harvest cycles, which would be nice. I don't know if it will or won't. I am kind of waiting for seasons to come along. They're doing the weeds just a little bit different, which would be nice. You may not get weeds in the entire field, from what I remember seeing. But we'll have to wait and see how that comes along. But this little field here, this cotton field, is not too bad. I mean, we get like 45, 45,000. No, it's not 45,000. It's like 32,000. I think 32,000 liters of cotton out of this little field here. As long as we maintain it. So it'll be interesting to see how much we get out of field 7 that we just put cotton in up at the BGA. I kind of wanted to put cotton in field 4 and 5, but then thought, ugh. I think we'll just go for soybeans at the moment. Maybe next cycle. The only reason why I have to hesitate with the cotton is because the problem that I have after I harvest it, if I go over the old cotton stalks, it kind of... I have a problem with that. So if you've been following the series along, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I keep saying I'll turn crop destruction off when I harvest cotton, just so we don't have any more of a problem. At least I can reset it by plowing the field. And who knows, maybe it's just this field here, but I don't think so. I think it's going to happen in all the fields. I mean, I can kind of try it in field 7 when we harvest that cotton. I can kind of destroy some of the old crop and then try to replant, obviously, corn into it, and we'll see what happens. But I'm hoping to get most of my work done before the owner shows up sometime in the afternoon. We're going to be at the restaurante and have a dinner. I got to make sure I bring all the books and tell him what the future plans of the farm's going to be. The only future plans I have for the farm is buying field 8. And we're not too far off from being able to afford it. I know you're like, well, you're $1 million short, but we do have horses to sell. I think the next in-game day. I think that's where we're at. And we do have some crops and stuff sitting in storage that we could sell as well. And obviously, we got a lot of fields that will be ready for harvest tomorrow. Yeah, so we're going to go park the John Deere. Right about here is good. It's time to grab the Big M. Hook up the tedder to it, and we'll mow that grass over there, turn it into hay. And then we'll just have to wait for the loading wagon to get done doing what it's doing for the time being. Beautiful camera angle there. There we go. Alright, unfold everything. Turn the mower on. Change implements, turn the tedder on. And obviously this only takes a minute or so. Now I could buy one of the other grass fields, like is it field 9 that already has grass in it? I could buy that field and move that stuff up there and turn this field, that's a grass field now, I could turn this into a cotton field as well. So I mean, there's an idea that we could have. But the next field I do want to get is field number 8, just because we can. At least by having like a bigger grass field, it kind of justifies having this the big M and everything. This field is really not that big to have this kind of machinery, but we had it because we were doing grass in the cornfield. And then we switched over to corn, because corn produces a lot more chaff than grass does. And just like that, we are done mowing and tedding. But we'll leave this grass / hay to sit on the sun for a little bit to dry up. We'll collect it, feed off the horses, and then put the rest into storage. But that is all she wrote. I'll change that, turn that off, fold that up as well. I haven't seen a message that the New Holland's done seeding that small field, but I'm pretty sure I just missed it because it doesn't take them that long to do that. So let me go struggle back in this small little implement in between the windrower and the trailer, which the trailer I'm not sure if I really need anymore, but it's there, so we'll keep it for the time being. I may need it for something. Now that we got the auto-loading trailer, that I would like to see how many bales that actually fits. We do know it can fit 2. It might be able to fit 3. There we go, it's in there. Nope, no, I hit. Come on, detach. Oh, you know why? Because I'm not on the implement. That'd be why that's not detaching. There we go. Now we'll go grab the New Holland. Actually, I should jump back up to the BGA for a quick second and make sure the Fendt can unload some of that silage. Unfortunately, I got a full trailer. That's the wrong button. And it didn't take too much, but it took some. Yeah, so our New Holland is done. We'll turn around, hopefully. No problem. We will seed this field ourselves. Because, well, look at the size of the field. It's not going to take us much to do. So I am still, I know I've been saying this quite often, still looking for a map to move to. I would like kind of I don't want to say a huge map, but sometimes the problem with the huge maps is they're kind of bland. There's not much going on. It's a lot of big open fields and just sell points, which is fine. But I would like to see a combination of a bigger map with some detail to it. But maybe it might be a little bit too early for a map like that. We'll have to see. Something satisfying about reseeding a field that has stubble in it. I can still have flashbacks at day 1 of Ravenport, taking care of these fields, having the case tractor and our little seed drill. Merging that field right across the way. This used to be 2 fields, as you probably saw on the PDA map. And out of those 3 fields that we started with, I think only 1 field had a crop in it that we could harvest, because one was corn and another one was, might have been sugar beet or cotton. I can't remember. Alright, so I'm going to take care of this top half, 1 headland down the other side, and then we'll set this guy up and a worker to do this field himself. So we can check up on a few things. I would like to be able to sell this straw sometime soon. Hopefully the price is starting to go up. Alright, if I go to the right side of this tree a little bit, like that. There we go. And carefully go downhill. And then square them up decently, like right about there. He can go off on a worker, and he'll finish that field himself. So we're going to go in here. I'm waiting for our weeds to fully infest this field before I set him off on a worker. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do here. We'll figure it out later on at some point. Anywho, so the straw price not going up. We do have a decent amount of straw and hay already. And the reason why I say decent amount is because we just fed our animals, so really I don't really need nothing for a while. So I got time to refill up on straw and hay, although we got hay ready to go. Now as for stuff we have in stock, we got canola in stock, but the prices are so-so. I mean, we do have 161,000 liters. We can get some cash there. As we scroll over, how are the oat prices doing? So I'm waiting to see something like in the 1200s, and that's for canola like 14 or high demand or something like that. We haven't had any high demands / great demands for the stuff that we have for a while, which is kind of sad. Actually, right now there's not a great demand for anything anywhere. Absolutely anywhere. So anyway, what we're going to do now is, while that guy's working, we're going to hop back on over here. We're going to jump into our John Deere tractor. Drop off our fertilizer. And we're going to start windrowing this field over here. I assume the grass is dry by now. It's a sunny morning, so we'll get this all taken care of. And then we'll probably just take our loading wagon and dump off the silage into the silo bunker. And we'll just come down here and take it out. It won't take us too long. It's not going to lose any time up at the BGA, because the BGA needs to process that stuff anyways. So yes, it takes a while, so it's not like I'm really losing any time here. But let's windrow this. I'm still trying to find a good way to windrow this field. It will take a while because it's an in-game windrower, and it probably needs to be repaired, so the working speed is a little slow. But what will speed it up if I just put this into a time lapse, kind of like this. I have just gotten a text from the owner. He is in town. He was up at the BGA, and I guess one of the helpers up there at the BGA is giving him like a tour of what we own. Driving him around the town, showing him the fields that we own. He wanted to know if I was able to do so, and I said I'm kind of busy. So we kind of agreed to meet for lunch somewhere around 12:30ish at the restaurant. So I got about like an hour and a half to finish up what we need to do here. Our New Holland is done seeding that field over there. But all I really got left to do is pick up the hay, feed the horses, put the rest in the barn, and then spray some fertilizer on this grass field. And then I could head down to the restaurant and meet him up for lunch. See what he has to say. I'm trying to screw up this even more. There we go. So we'll go park up the windrower. But I am starting to like the idea that I said earlier, is turn this grass field into a cotton field. So we have a cotton field on both sides. And I think it's field 9 we could purchase and move our grass stuff up there, put a baler up there, And we can make like hay bales, because hay bale, you know, hay goes for a pretty decent price at the barn. Or when we need hay, you know, we could feed the animals. Take me an hour and a half to back up this thing, because I don't know. I need to get back into ATS and start backing up those trailer. The longer the trailer, the better. The shorter the wheelbase, the harder it is to turn things. I have the same problem with my riding lawnmower in the summer. I mow my lawn. I got like a little trailer I throw crap in the back of as I'm mowing the lawn. It's like a short wheelbase. It's like small little turns, and the trailer just turns awfully quick when you're backing up. Longer trailers, not a problem. Alright, we'll hook this up just to get it ready. I'm going to run up to the BGA. And we'll take care of the loading wagon, meaning we'll unload what we can. No, I thought I clicked on this. There we go. It's not going to take much because we're only running 1 times the speed. I'm not going to use the Fendt tractor for this. We'll use maybe the man truck. Let's not go over the belt because it'll start filling this back up. This is the first time I backed up with a tractorized tractor. That sounds weird. Try to get it. Nope, not backing up. Try to get as much as I can so I don't have to move the belt too far. There we go. Unload that there. Sounds good. Let me grab the man truck, and we'll start picking up some grass. Does anyone remember where I parked the man truck? Anyone? Oh yeah, the man truck is down here with the trailer. I knew that. Just about have a full load in the loading wagon. We'll take this on over to the horses and top them off. There we go. We are full. So on to see the horsies to make them even more happier than they already are. We'll feed these guys first because their trough is a little easier to access. So yeah, the other one I gotta kind of back up into the trough itself. Let's see how the New Holland did. Yep, he did a fine job. Always does. Once you learn where they missed a field, then you can work around it. Alright, so now I gotta back up right into the trough in order to hit the trigger. There we go. Just gotta be careful when I do so, because one time I did get... One of the trailers did catch on the fence, and I had a hard time getting the trailer free. But on back to our hay field / grass field, whatever you want to call it. I wonder if I can fit the rest of the hay in there. Probably enough to where I got to come back down and empty it out, but it is what it is. The rest will go in storage, obviously at the barn. We could use some of the barn. Just got to be careful with a load like this on a truck because there's not much weight in those rear tires, so it can get a little squirrely now and then. So back to picking up some hay. Then I'll fertilize the field, then I'll run over to the restaurant and we'll meet up with the owner. I wonder how he's enjoying his tour of our, well, excuse me, his farm. I was going to say our farm, but in a way it is our farm. I mean, we built it up from scratch for him. Well, it does look like I'm going to fit the rest of the hay into the loading wagon, which I always say is good and bad. I mean, more would be fantastic, but, you know, that just means more trips. So we'll be able to pick this right up. We'll head up to the BGA, drop this off at the barn, get the loading wagon full of silage once again. and that can continue to sell. Yeah, so right now we got, as you can see, $200,000. At midnight, if we sell that silage, we'll get like another $360,000. And now I'm curious, are the horses tomorrow or the day after? Not those. They are tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll get 800 grand from selling the horses, but then I got to spend 80,000 to buy more horses for the farm. But there we go. On up to the barn. We'll drop this off. I'll load up the loading wagon once again. Put the Fent on duty of transferring the silage into the BGA. We'll jump on down here into the John Deere with a fertilizer spreader. We'll do the grass field maybe for the last time, because I am really thinking about converting that over to a cotton field and buying field number 9. I think it's field number 9. Before we buy field 8. I don't know. You know me, I'll change my mind 20 times over before it comes time to actually buying it. But we shall see how the fields go, because right now field 8 is actually ready for harvest, but I can't afford it, so... And no, I'm not taking out a loan to do so. Don't even suggest it. Especially now that the owner's here. Let me take care of all this. I'll meet you back down at the grass field and the John Deere. We'll get to fertilizing that and call it an episode, because I got a lunch meeting to get to. And here we are back in the John Deere to fertilize our grass field. While I was up there with the man truck, I decided to field up and repair it. And I don't know why I didn't download it when I saw it. And I'm probably going to regret it. But there's a mod out there. So when you get, when you get to the repair center, you got multiple implements on a tractor or whatever. And in order to get what you want, it seems like you gotta disconnect everything. Well, there's a mod out there now that when you go to the repair center and you got multiple implements on a tractor or what have you, you can actually tab through the implements and fix what you want and get what you want. And I was like, that is a good mod. And for some reason, I didn't download it. Now I got to go find it, because how often do you get to the repair center and you got the seed drill on the back of a tractor and you want to repair your seed drill and it just keeps showing the tractor, and it's like, all right, disconnect everything. And so I do want to let you know that the mod is out there. I just wish I could tell you which mod site I saw it on. And if I do find it, well, let me rephrase that. When I do find it, because I am going to download it when I see it, I'll put the link in the description below as well. But yeah, let's fertilize this so I can go over to the chicken farm. I'm going to head over to the stream, kind of give myself a good wash, because I haven't showered in a few days. Been rather busy. And then we'll head over to the restaurante, and I'll have a private meeting with the owner. We'll see how that goes. I really haven't spoken to him in a while, meaning face to face, so I'm not quite sure what he's going to say, although he's a real nice gentleman to work for. But I do believe my helper texted me not long ago and said he's here with his wife as well, so it should be rather interesting. I'm going to bring the John Deere and the fertilizer spreader over to here, because these fields over at the chicken farm need to be fertilized. But I got to really remember is our big field, field 4 and 5, that needs to be fertilized at some point as well. But now I got to wait for the crop to at least get to the first growth stage. And I don't know if I want to do it with a fertilizer spreader or a sprayer. I probably will do it with this thing right here, the spreader, just because the speed it can go at, and I think it'd be cheaper than trying to use a sprayer. So let me bring this over. I'll swap this out. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot. Is the straw? I'm pretty sure the straw price is, if it is going up, it's just barely starting to go up. Just barely starting to go up. So that'll probably be later in the afternoon, meaning next episode. So let me park this here. This is how I clean up. Since we don't have a house, and there's not anyone living really around here except for that mansion up there, whatever the heck that is. First things first I need to do before I go, always before you shower, take care of your business. So give me just a second. Alright, now that's done, We'll come on over here. Come right over here to the nice little waterfall. Kind of shower off a little bit. Ah, that's nice and good. So now I'm going to just dry off, wait a while, and head to the restaurant. Well, just about 12:30. I got about 10 minutes. I figured I'd grab the New Holland, bring it to the restaurant, and then from there I can bring the New Holland after lunch back up to the BGA. Because all these fields down here are pretty well set for a while. It'll be the other fields up there that we'll need to get to. So what better way to show up to the restaurant in my favorite tractor than Seadrill. Yeah, I'm kind of parking out back, sort of in our field. Actually, I may actually own that land right there. Good Coast Restaurante. Well, I am about 8 minutes early-ish, and he's not here yet. So I'm going to wait out here for him. And we'll have our private little dinner with him and the missus. And I'll see you in the afternoon, basically the next episode, and we'll kind of discuss what went on. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I appreciate you watching as always, and I'll see you next time in Ravenport. But until then, have a good one. Where is he?